Before we get into talking about the Suns backcourt, I do want to just give an injury update. Our Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that the MRI on Suns forward Torrey Craig revealed no structural damage in his right knee. That is a huge relief right after he took that charge. Had to leave the court, did not come back into the game. They are now listing him as day-to-day, so shouts to the MRI. And some happy Suns fans there. Well, I do want to talk about Devin Booker and Chris Paul, though, presenting a very difficult challenge for the Bucks. They've outscored Milwaukee's starting backcourt by a combined 46 points so far between games 1 and game 2. So, Chris Bosh, what can the Bucks do to slow down the Book and CP3 show?
Well, I mean, it's easier said than done, right? These are two of the best players in the league. Chris Paul's got the eye of the tiger right now. I think he wants it more than anybody else in the world right now. And Book is definitely trying to establish himself as the young superstar of the league. But I think one of the things that the Bucks can do is really play better defense. I think I'm more of a traditional big. I like to see the bigs up in the screen and roll. Guarding right. Chris Paul is hard enough. If you've got a guy way back there in the paint and you're watching Chris Paul make these moves and you're reacting to his ball movement, you're reacting to all of those tricks, and you're reacting to his floaters and his mid-range jumpers, you're not doing yourself a favor. I think they have to be more aggressive on the defensive end and try to dictate the direction of Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Again, easier said than done, but right now, CP, he's been in the zone. I think in the last 4 or 5 games, he hasn't shot under 50%. So if the point guard is playing that efficiently and he's getting his assist and getting that ball moving and having everyone run all over the court, you're at a disadvantage.
It's so well said. And what can the Bucks do to slow down CP and Booker? This is the issue. When CP's at his best, everyone around their team benefits. When Giannis is at his best, like he was, I believe last night, you don't know if everyone benefits around that. And that's what's so confusing about this Bucks team versus this Suns team. Because I'll tell you this, let's say hypothetically that Giannis is the best player in this series. And I only say that because when Chris Paul's at his best, he's affecting his entire team. And so after that, it would go Giannis is number 1, Chris Paul number 2, then you would go Booker, then I would say Ayton. So it goes number 1, Giannis, then the next 3 best players, in my opinion, in this series all belong on the Phoenix Suns. That shows how cohesive their team is. So trying to stop Booker and CP3 is really trying to stop the entire Phoenix Suns team.
Well, I'm going to answer your question, Rachel, and I think the way that you stop them is the same way that they're slowing down Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, right? What we're not putting enough emphasis on is that the Phoenix Suns are doing a great job of making them spend a lot of energy on the defensive end.
Right.
So how you gotta slow them down is by making them play defense. This is why I gotta say with the Bucks, you gotta put some structure in your offense. You gotta make them guard, just like with Richard, which when you was with the Cavs when y'all won the championship, what y'all used to do with Steph, y'all was like, look, we're gonna make you guard. Y'all switched up y'all whole game plan of bringing a big up in the pick and roll to bringing Steph up into the pick and roll and forcing him to switch so he won't have that much energy on the offensive end. So I think if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm trying to put them in as much action as possible. 1, to wear them down. 2, to hopefully get them in foul trouble.
And you want to look at the Bucks not shooting the ball well. Did you see how much scrambling they had to do on defense?
Right.
When we showed this early in their show, there was 14 passes bouncing around.
12.
That exhausts.
But that's good enough.
Look, we don't let the truth get in the way of us. Like what?
He should have said that when he had an opportunity. Don't pick back off of what I said.
I was just trying to help people show that you don't make up stuff. He's actually correct once in a while because it's like that takes starch out of your offense.
I will say, Devin Booker is not likely to hit 7 3-pointers in the next game. He's only done that one other time, and it actually was earlier in this playoffs when he hit 8 3-pointers in a game. But the 3-point shooting from the Suns, even though they didn't rank super high in it in the regular season, they're comfortable doing it. And it's funny, someone in the press conference last night asked Chris Paul, man, were your eyes a little open when you saw the stat sheet and saw it was 40 attempts on 20 makes? And he just looked at the reporter and said, I did play for the Houston Rockets, I'm familiar with taking a lot of threes.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.